We are live. Don't sit
we're
on
live on
these,
YouTube.
just sit down on the table.
We're live.
Yeah,
Hello.
sitting behind me somewhere.
Yes, but it's not attached.
Not
I have
attached.
it.
Microphone's not
Right, right.
attached yet.
Can you take the out?
So don't-
I'm gonna
Is the battery in?
having something. No.
Okay, we're not quite there yet. Plug in our microphone, which frankly sometimes doesn't make much difference. But hey, plug that in. Which one am I plugging it into? Who knows
My
which
one's
one?
the one that's doing Facebook.
Yeah, let's plug it in
And mine
here
It's
because
not working as microphone wise.
yeah, but this one just when Facebook fails miserably, it seems to happen quite regularly. We're able to listen to it, record it back, or show it to you later on YouTube. Well, good evening.
Cameron, come down.
Welcome. I have marauding children behind me in the background today. We're outside again
Please. Walk
casting.
around, though. If you could sit down, that'd be really
So-
helpful, Cameron.
This evening we're looking at our usual thing of having a read, a song, and a wee thought, and some prayers. And somebody's commented. That's great. Margaret Ritchie saying hello, Margaret Ritchie. Good to have you
Good
with
evening.
us. Good evening. Right. Well, we maybe just start with a wee
Hold
prayer.
on a minute.
Small child running away. Okay, so we're going to start with a wee prayer. Oh, let's see. Some other people have mentioned. Jennifer saying hi. Neil Wilkinson saying hello. Great to have you with us on Facebook. And have we got anyone watching on YouTube? I don't think we've got anyone watching on YouTube, but there you go.
That's okay.
That's life. Well, I think that's us, you see.
Oh.
Kind of always counts as one person watching it. Right, anyway. So I thought we would maybe start with a prayer. Would you like to start with prayer? Do you want to do the prayer at the end? Up to you.
Do you want to do prayer?
You want to
Cameron?
do the prayer?
Right, you need to come a bit closer then.
Come a bit closer so people can hear you. And Cameron's going to start us with a prayer.
Oh, you don't want to do.
You said.
You said you wanted to do the prayer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well. Never work with children or animals, they say. I wouldn't like to put them in the same category, but you know.
Let's pray.
Aye.
Lord Jesus, we thank you for yet another glorious day. The sun is shining, the birds are singing. And we just thank you for this time that we can set aside just to have a moment of reflection and calmness and just to think a little bit maybe about the week and about your words. So Lord, just be with us now. And we ask that you just speak to those who are watching and just taking part in this. And we ask this in your worthy and precious name. Amen.
Amen. Well, for the last few Thursdays, we've been looking at some verses that members of the congregation picked. A few years ago, we had it wasn't a competition. I asked folk to share with us verses that they had found helpful and useful in their lives. And we did a series called, what was it called? Verses for Life. Particularly verses that had inspired them or helped them or comforted them throughout their lives. And one of the verses that came up was from John chapter 13. So I thought I would just read you that bit. And it's some of Jesus' last words to his disciples. It comes just after the Last Supper and before he was arrested. And he says to them in verse 45, 34 even, over the page, and the wind is playing havoc. So,
Apologies, people, but
so John chapter 13, verses 34 and 35, Jesus said to his disciples, "A new command I give to you. Love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another." Now, how did Jesus love us? That's the question that maybe we need to ask. If Jesus is asking us to love one another as he loved them, well, he showed his love by giving his life for us and offering us forgiveness through his death and his resurrection. And he offered us that forgiveness despite the fact that we never asked for it. Now, I don't know about you, but unforgiveness is something that we have a tendency to hold on to. We think, I'm not going to forgive. I'm going to hold it against somebody. And we discover that actually, as we do that, it eats us up, the unforgiveness. And it has no effect on the person that we're holding that grudge against. I was watching one of the videos in the Thy Kingdom Come, which is the prayer initiative that we're working our way through. And on day 4, the hashtag was sorry. And in it was a story of a couple whose son was murdered. And what was stunning about the story, and please go and watch it, it's on the Thy Kingdom Come website, day 4, was the fact that they forgave the young person who killed their son. And they were acknowledging the fact that actually the rage and the anger that they felt over what happened wasn't good. It wasn't helping them. It felt good for a while, but then it just turned into, the mother called it a cup of poison. And she was able to forgive what had happened. And that's maybe a tale for us. I mean, thankfully, I would hope that many of us won't have to go through an incident of one of our children being murdered or a friend being murdered. But people do stuff to us all the time that we need to forgive. And Jesus says, I want you to love one another as I have loved you. And Jesus forgave us, although we had never asked for that forgiveness. And so it's a big ask maybe to say, I forgive you, to somebody who isn't asking for forgiveness, but has hurt us and done something bad to us. So there's a challenge for us all to love one another as Jesus loved us, to show forgiveness, even when we think people don't even deserve it, maybe. But Jesus asks us to show that forgiveness. Don't know if you want to add anything.
I think as a parent, we expect our children when they do something wrong to say sorry and to actually mean it, because sorry is a really easy word to say. Meaning it can be a bit more difficult. But I know that as a mum, there is times where I lose it at my children because they haven't done the things that they have, and especially at this time where we've been together with no break for almost 10 weeks now. And there are times where I do have to come to my children and say, I'm sorry, do you forgive me? And as a parent, as the adult, that is a hard thing to do, but it then makes everybody kind of go, huh, and kind of then move forward. And I think each new day is a new beginning and a new start. And I know that we certainly kind of try really hard to, not saying that we're perfect, because we are not in any way, shape or form. But we try and start our day together as a couple, and sometimes the children are there as well, to start with some prayer. Yeah. And it really, I think it helps us be a bit better during the day, at least until breakfast time. But it just, every day is a new day with a new fresh start, and it's not holding on to those things that have gone the day before, the week before, the month before, the year before. But actually with it, each new day is a new beginning with fresh starts.
Yep.
Well.
No, that's true. And that's the sort of thing that forgiveness can give you, is a fresh start. Because you find when if you hold on to unforgiveness, you can never start afresh. You're always living in the past rather than moving forward into the future. Because we can't control the past, we can't change the past, but we can change the future by what we choose to do. Well, we're going to sing a song now, which is focused around that verse that we thought about, the new commandment. A new commandment I give unto you is the name of the song. And as long as the wind doesn't remove the words and my chords, we should be okay. A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you love one another as I have loved you. And by this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you have love one for another. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you have love one for another. should have practiced this beforehand,
Maybe
shouldn't we?
just.
Then we'd have known how the tune went, because I've forgotten how that bit of the tune goes. Anyway, let's go back to the beginning, because we remember that part of the tune. A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you love one another as I have loved you.
We'll
Excellent.
leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. I was about to say, you could always Google the song and listen to somebody who actually knows how it goes sing it, rather than dealing with us. Otherwise, we will. We're going to head off. Don't forget 8 o'clock to be clapping for the NHS and our key workers and carers and all the people who are keeping us going at this time.
But I think just out there encouraging each other as well.
Yeah, out
Not
encouraging
just-
one another. And yep, and then Sunday morning, you're welcome to come and join us. There's a Pentecost service run by the Church of Scotland, which you can catch on the Church of Scotland Facebook page at 10 o'clock if you can hear me over the trampoline. And then at 11:15, as usual, we'll be running our Pentecost service live on YouTube. So come along and join us there. And
Seeing who else is there.
oh yeah, please tell us who else is on there.
Anne McCabe and Jim Evans.
Oh, excellent. Good to have you, Jim and Anne, as well. And who else is
And
watching?
Sue Jones saying hi from Kinross.
Oh, someone from Kinross. Oh, Marianne's watching on YouTube. Great to have you with us. So great. Well, lovely to have a few folk joining us, and we will see you maybe on Sunday, maybe
Spread a bit of kindness.
Sunday evening, maybe next Thursday. Who knows when we'll see you? But yeah, keep showing the love that Jesus showed for us, and keep being ready to forgive those. Okay. Goodbye,
Sharing kindness.
and God bless. Right. Need to press all these buttons in the right order.
Yeah, please.
That one first, and then I'll press that one. Bye bye.